I'm pumped for this episode of Choices, Directors on Directing. We have Steven Krimmel and his longtime girlfriend, Kristine Gerolaga, who are both writers and directors and editors and wardrobers and craft services. And no, they do everything, and they work together, they work independently. This is actually the very first project I saw from the two of them that was one of their earliest collaborations, which took place during a long distance relationship. And the way they filmed this, they conceived it, sure, but the way they executed it, the way they filmed this, was just so incredible. And I think even today, 7 years later, it still resonates and it still is very relevant. So take a look at what they did with Disconnection.
Hi, I'm Steven Krimmel.
Hi, I'm Kristine Gerolaga.
And we are the couple that directed Disconnection, or I directed it, we co-wrote it, edited it, but then we have continued to collaborate on many projects since then. And this was our first one, shot 7 years ago when we were in a long-distance relationship.
Yeah, we really wanted to make something based on how difficult our long-distance relationship was. So we decided to make Disconnection, which was shot completely on laptop cameras and...
Yeah, using screen capture to replicate a Skype experience. Yeah,
like the many we had while we were in that relationship.
Every single night, and we had our worst fights during that time, but we also really loved each other, and we're always fighting so hard to keep the relationship alive. So this is trying to capture that in a very Twilight Zone-esque kind of tale. So that's when we start. We start in the middle of the night. I wake up from a Skype call, and you are angry with me, and the next time we communicate again, things are glitching a little bit natural with bad internet connection, but it's representative of us being disconnected for each other, and that includes through time, because all of a sudden I am seeing visuals from, what is it, years ago, when I see you at a cafe, and we're having an old conversation where times were much better, and there's just a back and forth. So then I call my roommate, and that's where we start off, because I'm trying to figure out if I'm dreaming or not, because this feels like a surreal dream, but it's in fact my reality, or is it ambiguous? I don't know. That's for the audience to decipher.
Yeah.
So we're going to start the clip right about now. So, yeah, this is all screen capture, and we decided to do this with me in one continuous shot. But everything on Kristine's end, we shot on a separate day, because when we were shooting this, it was very helpful for her to read the lines off camera. We had shot all of her footage beforehand, so I had an idea of what she was going to do, what I was going to be acting opposite of. But I was actually just looking at a white Microsoft Word screen, completely blank, so that way there was enough light to shine from the laptop onto my face to carry me around through. So yeah, you want to talk about...
Yeah, so both me and the cinematographer were following him around the entire house that we shot in, and that, like, had to record multiple one takes just to get his part of it. And then we shot all of my stuff long distance while I was back in the Bay Area, and Steven had to direct from long distance over the laptop.
Yeah, and this was all just part of the process. We were aiming to make a 10-minute short, no less, so that's how long this one shot had to take. So that pressure of time, just kept the pace up on my end. It also was very helpful for me to act always in the moment and not have this so broken up. So that was really important. And yeah, basically, I really, in a moment such as this, and in this moment, we actually decided to use, this is the only real piece of footage from our relationship. That's a video that I sent to her at one point, and that's because I wanted to react off of something real that made, that I could really personalize that moment. It wasn't dramatized. That was a real sweet message that I sent to her at one point during our relationship.
Yeah, I really want to hear you talk more about the post process, though. I mean, looking at how you had to do the screen capture for this, there are so many moving windows, the timing of, like, figuring out the timing of that, capturing the typing of the words.
It was basically stitching together a bunch of pieces, just us recreating chat windows and me recording it through all screen capture, and then me stitching all these elements together, because what we shot, that was just normal, blank, not desktop recorded footage of myself. And then I was recreating all of what would look like it's on a laptop screen on top of all of my footage. And then I was adding all these zooms that you see in order to, create a more stylistic feel, like there's something cinematic in all of this. So that way it just gives an element of, like, you're not just watching a real conversation, you are watching a movie. And that's why there's little sound effects too, like the wishes that you would see when you hear it if you watch this short separate from this. Yeah, and I also in the post process wanted to, like, there were no real glitches. Like, this is all real recordings replicating a situation, but those glitches are all pixelated in post. So yeah, there's So now, let's talk about this collage of moments that you recorded.
Yeah, I love doing this part. We just got a bunch of video of me doing different, like, just random vignettes of moments and memories that we fabricated for this specific story. And Steven had the great idea of putting them all together at the end as a...
Yeah, with music that you recorded, because we all wanted diegetic music.
Yeah.
But it really worked as score with what she's playing the piano. And then here you are doing your actual acting during the one take, because we wanted you to come out of the screen. So we put the laptop on a chair, we pulled the laptop away, and then you pop right up to create that effect with the footage that we had shot earlier. And that's obviously a fake whip pan. We have a cut in between so that way we could back out of the laptop moment, even though stylistically I wanted to keep the same look. So we kept shooting it on a laptop because we didn't want to break up, the quality of the look, and kept that consistent. And then I feel like this has been done many times in future films that are wanting to take place on a laptop screen, but we all wanted to keep it organic to the laptop and just have all our credits roll in iChat windows. It's just, we really were inspired to do the laptop Skype movie of really recreating these situations.
Yeah, it's so interesting that nowadays, especially now in 2020, like, this kind of film is super normal. Because we have no choice but to make films like that right now. So people are getting creative about it, but I feel like this was great training for us potentially doing something like this again. And we hadn't seen something like this before.
No, we wanted to create a completely, just low budget, do it yourself. Like if we were going to shoot something with, that wasn't, on high-end cameras with high production values, and just used the tools that were accessible to us, when people think about their laptops or phones, it's just like, okay, but I would like, especially at this time, and this was very end of 2012, beginning of 2013, right? So, we wanted, like, the quality was a little lesser than maybe what we would have now, but it's just like, okay, how do we justify that? How do we actually include, like, this is a laptop movie because we are shooting on laptops, and does that serve a purpose in the story? And it very much serves a purpose in this story.
Yeah. We are now no longer in a long-distance relationship. We live together, and we are still very happy, thankfully.
Awesome. I hope you enjoyed that. So please, if you would like to see more, or just to support us with good karma, hit like, hit subscribe, comment down below in the comments section if you have any specific questions or requests, and have a great day.